Republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Honourable members, you may be seated. Clerk, kindly confirm whether we have the quorum to transact the business of the day. Honourable members, Honourable members, we have the quorum to allow us to transact the business. But I would mention, honourable members, I'll be about to give a communication. And in my communication, I just wanted to notify the House that the House is live. So, just be informed. Clerk, let's proceed.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Are you sure? The sound is, okay. Kindly, honourable members, proceed. Honourable members, I have a communication to relay. This is in regard to the resumption from long recess. Honourable members, good afternoon once again. Allow me to take this opportunity to welcome you to this afternoon sitting that marks the first sitting as the Assembly resumes from the long recess. It is my belief that you had a fulfilling break and time with your families and constituents. There is no doubt that the recess provided an opportunity to all of us to reflect on your constitutional calling, as well as individual and collective impact we make during the third session. It also provides the much needed opportunity to take stock of the shortcomings and challenges that have impacted negatively on our endeavors to deliver on our mandate. Honorable Deputy Speaker, please. Honourable members, the communication from the chair is normally very, very important for your engagement as leaders. We have information here to relay, so you should actually be very keen. There are several decisions which will be made, and then later on you will be questioning at what point in time such decisions were made and effected. Honorable members, on the Assembly business, as we commence this session, we may refresh ourselves on our broader core duties as a legislature, which includes of legislation, representation, oversight, budget making, and policy approvals. There is no doubt that in the last 3 sessions, this Assembly has made some strides in fulfilling these duties. However, comparatively with the previous assemblies, I would like to report that we have fallen short, keeping the graph going up, as we have only considered and passed 4 bills apart from finance-related bills. Only 4. For your information, during this audit, bills and acts take prominence in evaluation of performance of legislature and has implications on justification for the allocation of funds. Nevertheless, honorable members, all is not gloom, as we have steadily picking up. Going by the report of the Office of the Clerk at the recent workshop of the Select Committee on Liaison, I can report that a good number of bills and legislative proposals are at various stages of processing. That in these coming 2 months, the Assembly will be called upon to consider them. I want to thank all members who have actively engaged in originating pieces of legislation, and I want to give assurance that my office and that of the clerk are committed to ensuring that your ideas materialize into bills. In addition, the office of the clerk is always open and ready to provide any support and advice needed to originate legislative bills. On processing of committee business, honorable members, committee system is the engine that drives business in a legislature. The plenary being an exhibition and platform for decision making largely processes what committees have originated. A preliminary report from the Liaison Committee shows that Assembly committees, especially sectoral committees, need to step up effort in exercising oversight and origination of pieces of legislation. Should committees operate optimally, there should be high traffic of reports and bills to be considered by the plenary. The foregoing report also indicates that there is a big number of pending business rolling over from the last session, including reports on bills, policies, petitions, and statements. Notably, critical business that are still pending include policies such as development control, land use, childhood protection and safeguarding, and such as water and sewerage services bill, health services bill, regularization bill, public market bill, solid waste management bill, among others that are being processed. I call upon the chairpersons of the committees to ensure that all pending business are processed, presented to the Assembly for consideration. Similarly, the clerk is hereby requested to expedite drafting services in order to have bills published for consideration. Honorable members, it has come to my attention that committees are facing challenges in processing of some of the said business, especially statements which pile up from previous session. I am alive to come to some of the challenges that include demanding responses on questions outside the specific statements, delayed responses from the respective sectors, the members requesting not appearing at the meetings wherever CC members are invited, and pursuit of the personal interest through legislative business. I am alive to these challenges, and through the Select Committee on Procedure and Rules, we will be proposing to the threshold and procedures set out in standing orders and any other law when drafting, processing, and approving. On financial challenges facing the Assembly, which is quite critical. Honourable members, as you are aware, you exercise a serious constitutional responsibility that requires that you be provided with necessary resource and administrative support. To achieve this, the Constitution has put in place internal and external mechanisms, including creation of bodies with varied mandates. In the case of the Assembly, the Service Board is required to ensure that you exercise your mandate effectively, efficiently, and in the interest of your constituents. However, due to the established physical structure of processing and access to funds, the Assembly has been facing serious hurdles. These impediments ranges from the county executive failure to honor the Assembly's cash flow projections, the delays in forwarding of Assembly work plans to the Controller of Budget, and contractors. As we speak, the pending bills due, these items are mounting and has made it difficult to procure our tickets and arrangements we have with the cooperative bank, we could be going for months without salaries. However, honorable members, as leadership, we are not sitting pretty. Through my office, we are seeking audience with all relevant stakeholders to surmount these challenges. In the long term, we are looking on the Senate of Kenya to expedite a key piece of legislation that will give county assemblies financial autonomy. This autonomy will give the assembly ability to run and manage its own budget. In this regard, you are requested to understand the circumstances we are currently operating and to be patient as we pursue measures to address the challenges and subsequently get a way forward. Honourable members, on broadcasting of plenary proceedings. Honourable members, Article 196 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 requires that the County Assembly conducts its business in an open manner and all its sittings and those of committee in public. However, the Assembly has been facing challenges of lack of crucial equipment to optimally put in place mechanisms for enhanced publicity of its proceedings. Consequently, the Service Board has continuously been putting in place measures that have recently crystallized to have plenary proceedings go live on various platforms. In this regard, I am glad to report that all these platforms have materialized, and from today going into the future, the proceedings of the plenary are live on various assembly social media platforms. I have no doubt that this remarkable step that will give you the much needed publicity as you articulate issues that concern your constituents. This will also serve to elevate the assembly and debunk the prevalent motion that the proceedings of the assembly are delinked from the real issues that affect the people of Nairobi accordingly. I encourage all members to actively participate in debates on various business that pass through this assembly as we look forward to making it robust enough to cover committee proceedings. As I conclude and commit this session before the assembly, I invite you to make personal commitment to deliver on individual and collective mandate, for this is the basis on which we shall all be appraised by those who put us here. Honorable members, from now, it is the privilege of your constituents to get to see in reality your commitment as you contribute to the debates before the plenary. I pray that God gives you wisdom, knowledge, fortitude, and determination during this session as we consolidate our efforts towards achieving the Assembly's strategic goals. I have no doubt that in the remaining short period of 2 years of our 5-year term, we will not fail the people of Nairobi. You so stand guided. Honored members. Clerk.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
The Honorable Majority Leader, you have a difficult task. I don't know whether at least you will manage or you will have to delegate to your counterpart. But I hope at least you got the synergy. Kindly proceed.
Honorable Speaker.
I know it's quite a lot.
Honorable Speaker, kindly advise the chair of budget. This is from calling in at papers. I am MJ Nairobi and the leader of Nairobi County. Honorable Speaker, allow me first of all before I answer
Honorable members, please. Honorable Fiona, Honorable member, please. All these documents before the leader of majority is for your consumption. I don't expect any member to walk out of the plenary at this critical hour. Please, honorable members, take this house seriously. No.
As I was saying in the outset, let me take the opportunity to say, welcome back. All honorable members of the for a short special sitting. We thank God and we are ready to move the agenda of the city forward. Honorable Speaker, on that note, I want to say as a chair of Loans and Mortgage Committee, I'm seeing even water we don't have in the plenary. I am seeking to do an emergency committee on loans so that we have water in the county assembly based on your communication on the staffing of your office and the clerk's office. So be assured the Loans and Mortgage Committee from tomorrow will make sure that water is available in the county assembly as the Speaker's office, the Deputy Speaker's office takes charge of the executive to release the funding for the assembly. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I start by laying the papers as humongous as they are, but I think they are all procedural. Pursuant to Article 185(4) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of this assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The session paper number 1 of 2025 on Nairobi City County Gender Mainstreaming Policy. I think the Committee on Gender and Early Child will have a consultation on this. I beg to lay, Honorable Speaker.
Honourable members, the said paper is committed to the Committee on Early Childhood Education for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, the second paper to be laid, the report pursuant to Article 2297 of the 7, I beg to lay the...
Excuse me, it's supposed to go to Labour. Clerk?
Which one?
The first one you have just laid.
That's Labour. That's Labour, Speaker. Thank you. I'm just from Busia. You will forget my voice because I've been doing a lot of party works there. Pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers in the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Mbagathi County Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay.
Kindly help understand which committee, because I've indicated each of them.
Honorable Speaker,
I've indicated in that front page.
Committee on Park.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
The papers laid has been committed to
This is
Committee
historical.
on Park for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, these are the longest laying papers I'm laying as a leader of majority, but I'll try all the best I can without delegating to anyone so far. Pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. Even the order of Speaker, imagine young peke yake. The report of the Auditor General on the Mbagathi County Referral Hospital for the year 30th June 2023. I think the same to Park, Honorable Speaker.
PSC, kindly, the papers laid committed to your committee for consideration.
Pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February. The report of Auditor General on Mutwini Dagoretti Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Also on the Committee of Park, Honorable Speaker.
PSC,
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to 2297, the following papers on the table of the Tuesday, 11 February 2025, the report of the Auditor General on Mbagathi County Referral Hospital for the year 30th June 2024. Same the Committee of Park. Is a committee in existence? Where's the chair?
the papers laid committed to Park Committee for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to 2297, I beg the following papers on the table of this Assembly Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report on the Auditor General on Mutwini Dagoretti Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Honorable Speaker, still the Committee of Park.
I commit the same to the Committee of Park for
Honorable
consideration.
Speaker, pursuant to Article 227, the following papers today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025, the report of the Auditor General on Mutwini Dagoretti Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023, still the Committee of Park.
The papers laid has been committed to Park Committee for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the same provision of Article 2297, the following papers to be laid on 11th February 2025, the report of the Auditor General on Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital, Level 5, Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Honorable Speaker, still the Committee of Park.
The same papers laid committed to the Park Committee for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 227, I beg to lay the following papers on the table this Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General, Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital, Level 5 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Honorable Speaker, still the Committee of Park. I think this committee will have a lot of work to do this quarter.
PSC Committee for consideration.
I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital, Level 5, Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay. Committee of Park.
The Park Committee.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the same Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Nairobi City County Assembly for the year ended 30th June 2024. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay on the Committee of Park still, Honorable Speaker.
The papers laid committed to the PSC Committee for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the same Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Nairobi City Alcohol Drinks and Licensing Board for the year ended 30th June 2024. The Committee of Park, Honorable Speaker.
Committed to PSC for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the same Article 2297, I beg the following papers to lay the following papers on it today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General of Nairobi City County Assembly Car and Loan and Mortgage Scheme Fund for the year ended 30th June, including the water for tomorrow. Honorable Speaker, still the Committee of Park.
Committed to PSC for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General of Nairobi City County Executive for the year ended 30th June 2024. Honorable Speaker, still the Committee of PAC.
Committed to the Committee of Public Accounts.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General of Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company Limited for the year ended 30th June 2024. Honorable Speaker, before the Committee of PIC.
Committed to the PIC Committee for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 166 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The Nairobi City County Report and Financial Statement for the second quarter of financial year 2024-2025 to the Committee of Budget. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, bring it back kindly. I'm seeing the chairman and the committee members are surprised. Wasike, that report, let me repeat it again. The same one you're signing? No, the same one. Clerk, are we together? Clerk, are we together? Pursuant to Section 166, I repeat, Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 166 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2024. The Nairobi City County Report and Financial Statement for the second quarter of the financial year 2024-2025. Is my voice enough to be a governor? Thank you. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Receiver of Revenue Statement for the County Government of Nairobi City for the year ended 30th June 2024. Committee of PAC.
The papers laid has been committed to the PSC for consideration.
Honorable Speaker, I want this committee to be very active, the Committee of Budget. They are very active in budget making, but reporting, they are not very active. Pursuant to Section 166 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. In bold, the Nairobi City County Revenue Expenditure Reports for the period ended 31st December 2024 to the Committee of Budget. They never lack quorum. So I was told, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.
Why they don't lack quorum? It's only heavens know. They don't fall sick. They don't go on retreat. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Section 166 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The Nairobi City County Revenue Fund Report and Financial Statements for the second quarter of the financial year 2024-2025 to the Committee of Budget and Appropriation Committee.
Committed to the Committee for consideration, Budget Appropriation.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 227, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Pumwani Maternity Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023, committed to the Committee of PAC. Honorable Speaker.
The same has been committed to the PSC for consideration.
Pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Pumwani Maternity Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022, Committee of PAC. Is the Chair present or Vice Chair?
To the PSC for consideration.
The clerk should procure a charter hall for
now
this
the Chair and the liaison committee understands why the PSC committee should get a chunk of a share of the allocation of the life. And yes, and I think, honorable members, it is only fair if this committee could be going to consider these reports every weekend.
Honorable Chair, provided they have a quorum, Honorable Speaker,
Yes.
our office will look at it. If they have a quorum, the Committee on Rules and Procedure is going to look on all attendance of this particular committee. If since Oyugi left this committee, I'm reliably informed it's only the UDA side who attends this committee. Oh, sorry, I correct. I'm reliably informed it's only Azimio side which attends this committee. I'm reliably informed there's an issue of the quorum. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Leader of Majority, as the leader of the business, government business, this assembly takes your words seriously.
Exactly, I'm in shock.
And your words are going down unanswered. I hope what you are communicating is very accurate.
Extremely, because my whips are present, the minority whip. Are you challenging the president? Who can collect signatures tomorrow?
You see now, Honorable Majority, you have accused the chair.
Challenging the Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Majority Leader is protected.
Honorable Speaker,
He is the custodian
members of
of the
Azimio are in
committee.
this committee so that I give them instructions contrary. Are you there?
Honorable Chege Maura, don't forget he is sitting next to the chair of the Liaison Committee in charge of all the committees and operations.
My senior, he understands.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Okay, senior. Pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly. Today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Madaraka Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Still the Committee of PAC. And my whips were contemplating, as I read, pursuant to Article 2297,
Honorable member, don't engage a fellow member without passing through the chair. As a senior member of this assembly, you are misleading the member for Nairobi West. Oh, please, don't mislead the honorable member. Honorable Majority
Honorable
Leader, please
Speaker,
proceed.
I don't know, maybe the Chair for Health can help us on this. The report says the Auditor General on Makadara Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Do you have Makadara Level 4?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly. Today, Tuesday, 11 February 2024. The report of the Auditor General on Makadara Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Honorable Speaker, was my error in reading. I'm always with Madara in my head. I beg for apology. Still, Honorable Speaker, the Committee of PAC.
The same has been committed to the Committee of PSC for consideration.
Now you understand why I can be a good leader one day, I can apologize compared to Yugi. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to Article 2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Makadara Level 4 Hospital for the year ended June 30th, 2022. To the Committee of PAC, Honorable Speaker. Lastly,
The same has been committed to
Honorable
Committee on
Speaker, lastly,
PSC
pursuant to Article
for consideration.
2297, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of this Assembly today, Tuesday, 11 February 2025. The report of the Auditor General on Pumwani Maternity Hospital for the year ended June 2024. I beg to lay to the Committee of PAC, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. The papers laid has been committed to PSC for consideration. And thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. Clerk, kindly proceed.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Honorable Davidson DNG. Kindly long press. Technical person to help.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of the following motion.
But yes,
Article 186
but yes.
and the fourth schedule of the Constitution of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of the following motion. Whereas Article 186 and the fourth schedule of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 assigns the responsibility for health services, including funeral homes and mortuaries, to the county governments, thereby empowering the counties to regulate and oversee the management and operations of such facilities within the county. And whereas Article 43 of the Constitution of Kenya guarantees every person the right to the highest attainable standard of health, which encompasses dignified and respectful handling of the deceased and adequate facilities for the bereavement process, recognizing that the facility currently known as City Mortuary has served the residents of Nairobi County for decades as the primary public mortuary, but has been historically associated with unfortunate instances of mismanagement, including loss of bodies, poor record keeping, inadequate facilities, and other service delivery issues that have negatively affected its reputation among the residents of Nairobi City County, noting that the Nairobi City County government has made considerable steps to improve the standards of the facility, addressing past challenges in its operations, including enhancing record-keeping practices, upgrading infrastructure, and setting up better management practices to ensure efficient, dignified, and reliable services for the bereaved and their families, aware that a name change to Nairobi City County Funeral Home would reflect the reformed identity and improved standards of the facility and align it with the current national standards in the management of public mortuaries, thus helping to restore public trust and demonstrate a commitment to dignified service delivery. Now, therefore, this assembly resolves: 1, to rename City Mortuary as the Nairobi City County Funeral Home, to signify a new era of improved standards, management, and public trust in the facility's operations; and 2, that the Nairobi City County Executive to take all necessary steps for name change, including updating all legal, administrative, and public records and ensuring widespread communication to the public about the renaming and rebranding. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
since we are dealing with
I don't want you to lie. Let me just
future, 3 weeks is, I'm okay with 3 weeks.
Thank you.
That we institute a new order through the House Business Committee. Honorable Speaker, with all indulgence, allow me to read the proposal affirmed by the two respective whips from the both sides of the divide of the members who are going to serve us this particular session as a House Business Committee, which will be bestowed upon with the responsibility of making sure this House agenda is run in accordance to the preference and what the vision of the county is. Honorable Speaker,
I'm saying
that pursuant to provision of Standing Order 167(1)G, this Assembly approves the appointment of the following members to the Select Committee on Assembly Business in addition to those specified under paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, and F of our Standing Order. Honorable Speaker, number 1, the Honorable Elijah Stazo Omungala, the Deputy Majority Whip, Mr. Bigman. Number 2, the Honorable Malyun Abdi Ali, the first member of the panelist. Number 3, the Honorable Anthony Kimemia Gadumbi, the second panel member. Number 4, Doreen Mugambi, MCA, the third panel member. Number 5, Diana Katile Mwangangi, the fourth panel member. Number 5, Wilfred Oluoch Odalo. Number 6, Nicholas Juma Okwacho. Number 8, Abbas Ibrahim Halif. And their coalition parties, they have decided to retain the entire list that had performed exemplary work in the previous session, but also we have understanding with them for the continuity of the assembly and for purposes of learning traditions and precedents, that this particular committee in the next session may exercise some changes so that we bring in new blood, new people to be able to learn traditions of the House. Honorable Speaker, I beg the Minority Whip to second.
Happy New Year, members. Honorable Speaker, I stand to second the names that have been mentioned by the Honorable Leader. wish to mention that, Honorable Speaker, that at least let's be serious in this new assembly calendar year, especially on matters of plenary attendance. Let's all at least try to avail ourselves. The last sessions, we adjourned so many of them due to lack of quorum. And this goes to especially the chairman and the vice chairman. We agreed that each and every chairperson should always, not unless you have a very valid reason as to why you won't attend their session, but you should try, you and your vice chairperson, to try and avail yourselves, because most statements are directed to relevant committees, and therefore it doesn't come out well when a member raises a statement and the chairperson nor the vice chairperson is within this house. Therefore, and not also saying that other members should not attend. Finally, for the committees, for the chairpersons and your vices, let's be also strict this time. Share with the offices members that don't attend committee sittings, because we have so many members that are willing to take up those committees. And if it's the issue with the committee leadership, the majority leader will guide us. Let's not also have members complaining, because, for instance, the committees ought to have started their sittings a while back. So let's also check on that. With these few remarks, I beg to second.
Thank you. Honourable members, I now propose that pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 167(1)G, this Assembly approves the appointment of the following members to the Select Committee on Assembly Business, in addition to those specified under paragraph A, B, C, D, E, and F. The Honorable Elijah Stanzo Mungala, the Deputy Majority Whip, the Honorable Malion Abdi, First Panel Member of the Speakers Panel, the Honorable Anthony Kimemia, Member of the Speakers Panel, the Honorable Doreen Mugambi, Member of the Speakers Panel, the Honorable Diana Katile, Member of the Speakers Panel, the Honorable Wilfred Olochodalo, Chairperson for Budget, the Honorable Nicholas Juma, the Honorable Abbas Khalif, the Honorable Rose Masitsas, the Honorable Amy Oduor, the Honorable Moses Mutinda, the Honorable James Chege Mwaura, the Honorable Dr. Clement Nganga, the Honorable Hasim Kamau, the Honorable Sospita Mumbi, the Honorable Kame Adano, the Honorable Martin Mbogwa. Honorable members. Honorable members, my screen is clear, an indication that there is no member who would wish to contribute to the said motion. For that reason, I call upon the mover of the motion to reply.
Due time we see how far the assembly will go based on the communication by the speaker, especially on creation of bills statements and motions. Honorable Speaker, I applaud the House and I beg to reply.
Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 167, 1G, this Assembly approves the appointment of the following members to the Select Committee on Assembly Business in addition to those specified under paragraph A, B, C, D, E, and F. The Honorable Elijah Stanzo, the Honorable Malion, the Honorable Anthony, the Honorable Doreen, the Honorable Diana, the Honorable Wilfred, the Honorable Nicholas, the Honorable Abbas, Honorable Masitsa, Honorable Emily, Honorable Moses, Honorable Chege, Honorable Clement, Honorable Hasim, Honorable Sospita, Honorable Kame, Honorable Martin. Honorable members, may as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it. Honorable members, the Assembly stands adjourned to tomorrow 2:30 p.m. and I direct the sitting of the House Business Committee at the rise of the Assembly. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.